Hey guys, and welcome to the Nouveau Riche Podcast. So today, Phil McCarthy. McCarthy, thank you so much, man. Your name.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Your name, it's cool. It's like on a movie poster name. I don't know. You're a
You know
bit.
what? Some people say it's a cool name, Phil
It is.
McCarthy, but I don't know. I think it's just a name. I mean, I never thought about it like that until I started to hear it. You know,
Right.
and that's the way a lot of things go in life. We
Definitely.
think about things a certain way, but it's not how we think about them. It's how we think people think we think about them.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like
So
the.
my guy, man,
Yeah. Let's get into your story.
dude, when you asked me to be on your podcast, I'm like, I gotta be on this dude's podcast. He's 15 years old. He looks like a Netherlands James Bond. I was looking at some of your videos on your page. You're cool, man. You got a good attitude,
Love
a
that.
great attitude. You got great energy. I love the shades. I like you get your hat. You put like your hat on the top of your head and stuff.
Right.
You do some funny things, bro. You're a cool dude, man. And you know
Love
you know what I really like about you? That you're authentic. I can
Mhm.
tell you're you, and that's it. You don't let society or outside sources really shape who you are. You're just true to yourself, man. And those are the people that win in life. Because realistically, subconsciously, that's what every single human being wants. They want to be themselves. In a world of just bullshit,
Mhm.
they don't know who they are. You know what I
Right.
mean? So when we can meet someone who is true to themselves, it's something that can't be spoken in words. It can be felt. And I believe, like, I feel that about you, man. So my
Appreciate you
guy,
saying
I'm
that.
happy to be here.
That's awesome. Appreciate you saying that. So let's
For sure.
let's get like into your story. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you got from where you are to where you are today? How did that process go for you?
Yeah, for sure, dude. So guys, what is up to all y'all watching? If there's 5 of yous or 5,000 of yous, I love you. I'm a dude just like you. I'm from Philadelphia. I'm 32 years old today. Not today, but today I'm 32, right? At 24, I walked out of a rehab for drug addiction, man. And I was, just in a really a deep hole. I had dug myself such a hole, but did not have the skill sets. I was, for better words, a lack of a carpenter. I could not build a ladder to get the fuck out of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was near death, almost committed suicide. And, no matter me or you or whoever's watching this or where you are or what you're going through, there are always opportunities. And meaning someone's always there for you. There's always an angel over your shoulder. There's always something going on. It's what you focus on, whether it be, looking for those opportunities or those opportunities are in front of you and you don't even notice them. I noticed an opportunity and I was blessed, and I had the opportunity the day after I almost committed suicide, but I did not because, I went through this cycle process in my head, talked myself out of it. Thank God. Who knows what would have happened, and who knows what would have happened the next day or the next day, right?
Right.
But I had this opportunity to get myself some help, and I took it, even though it was the scariest thing in the world. So I took that opportunity, baby. That door was put in front of me. I opened that motherfucker, and I
Mm-hmm.
stepped through that bitch. And it was scary. It was scary, but like that's why I tell people that no matter what it is, if it scares you, if it
Yeah.
excites you, you got to do it. That's what will lead you to like a life of purpose. I promise, no matter what it is. Now, let's be realistic here and not an asshole. Jumping off a bridge is scary. Don't jump off a bridge. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? So many young dudes, they want to start a podcast, but they won't do it because they think they have nothing to share and who wants to hear me and this and that. Like, I'll tell
Right.
you what, nobody's going to hear you if you don't do it. Nobody.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
That's right.
And no matter who you are or where you are, you're never too young to teach, and you're never too old to learn. And
Right.
the bullshit stories that we tell ourselves and talk ourselves out of things are never justified. There's just this bullshit little asshole inside of us
Mm-hmm.
that talks us out of things, But
Definitely.
here's how I look at it: if you're not gonna die and you're not gonna go to jail, fucking do it. And you ain't gonna hurt no one, and it's ethical. Fucking do it. You know what I mean? Fucking do it.
Right. Like
So
when you're in a position like where you were in, where it, like almost went downhill, where it went really downhill. How do you keep pushing forward? How do you find like the positivity in the negativity?
yeah, great question, bro. So like even today, right? There's always shit. There's just always shit, especially in business, man, and in life. Like you got to realize that no matter who you are, you're always going into another fucking storm. Like it's like the way the world works, right?
Right.
Think about where we live. I don't care where you live there, I live here, where you're at. There's always a storm coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's always ending.
Right.
You're always going into a storm in life, and you're always leaving a storm in life. There's a process, right? So one, you must become a person capable of handling the storm, okay? And until you are, you know, for me, it was like when I was about to take my life, when I was going through this 6-month transition of actually wanting to become better, but not having the capabilities, the skill sets to do so,
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't a person capable yet. I had this fucking fire inside of me, man. Like a fucking passion that, like, now it's like it was a spark though. It was like a
Mm-hmm.
baby little fire. It was like a little. You ever rub like two rocks together, or like, you know, the flint sticks, and it's like like there's a reason there's a spark. That shit is supposed to ignite. It's supposed to boom, fire, explosion. Everybody fucking sees it. Everybody feels it.
How do
It's
you
in you.
how do you build that out? Like that little spark. How do you make a huge like bonfire?
How
Like
how how do you start a bonfire? You feed it, bro. You feed it. You throw
right.
some sticks in there, some leaves, then you throw some bigger logs. You tend to the fucking fire, bro. Just like you gotta tend to your life. If you
Right.
sit there and you play video games and all you're doing is throwing water on the bitch, you're putting the thing out.
Mm-hmm.
You're not tending to it. It's like a crop. You are a crop. This is a field.
Mm-hmm.
This really is the field. This
Right.
is the machinery. What you can see is the equipment that you use to tend the crop. That's why, like, what I do with fitness and so on and so forth, I want the best equipment. I want to go fast. I don't want give me a ticket. I got places to go, people to see. I ain't worried about going fast. I want to go fast. Pull me over.
Right. So
You know what
that
I'm saying?
yeah, that wood for you, like to put on a fire. That's what is it for you? Like how
So
what keeps you big?
creativity equals clarity. You got to get yourself in a creative state.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do, it's 18 to 35. Now the society that we live in has programmed us. It's dumbed us and numbed us with outside sources of false confidence, whether it be drugs, video games, things that give us instant pleasures.
Yeah.
So I have a thing called m6coaching.com. If any guys want to reach out to me, you just fill out an application and like answer some questions to jump on a call with me. Just by answering these 8-9 questions, you'll know if you should even jump on a call with me. It's that simple. But I get myself in a creative state. Like, we're human beings. There's 400,000 sperms, bro. Like, fuck, your name is Lucky Quinn, bro. You're
Right.
lucky.
Right.
Like, we're here. You know what I mean? But you gotta get yourself, like, that's why they say we only use 10% of our brains, because we don't cultivate and nurture and nourish our crop. But as you do, as you start to tend and plant seeds and you start to reap some harvest and you get better at it, the harvest gets larger and larger and larger. Now, people see it as a harvest as a paycheck. You know, if you see a paycheck attached, if that's how you look at value, we got some things to work on there. That's not how you win in life. You don't win by $500 a week paycheck from the dude down the street working for this motherfucker, yada, yada, yada. Like, I used fitness as a vehicle. Fitness was my vehicle. If you want to go anywhere, so like if someone is where they're at today and they're not happy with it and they want to go over here, and this would mean more money, better relationships, a hotter girlfriend with a bigger ass, more confidence, more self-esteem, so on and so forth. Okay, well, this person isn't capable of that. This
Mm-hmm.
person is. So what did this person do to get there? I can guarantee you the winner, the one you want to be like, because
Mm-hmm.
it's still you, but you literally have to become another person.
Right.
Because the habits and routines of this guy over here, because we're human beings and that's what we are. We're just creatures of habits and routines. We do the same shit over and over and over again. We have the same thoughts over and over and over again. That's what we do, realistically.
Mm-hmm.
Like 85% of our day is self-programmed. You
Right.
do your podcast, you wake up, you brush your teeth, you do your shit. You do the same shit. It's in your subconscious. It's a programming. So if it's not a programming that positions you for more energy, for more creativity, then why would you receive more abundance, more energy, more creativity? You won't. So now you got to take the habits of the winner and put them over to the loser.
Like
What would the
reverse
winner do?
engineering it. Yeah.
Reverse engineer? Bro, I'm a back engineer motherfucker. So I do. I back engineer everything. Thought processes, everything. Actions. So what would the winner do? The winner would work out every day.
Yeah.
I mean, we're human beings. We're designed to move. We are literally designed. That's why we have all the joints we have. We have over 650 muscles in our body. We're not made to sit on the couch and play video games. If you are, that's what you're going to turn into. A fucking deadbeat video game and a couch. That's what you'll literally turn into. That's how your brain will operate. And it's shit.
Mm-hmm.
Why would that be creative? You're not using the tool as God has intended it. So why would God give it anything extra that it doesn't deserve? It's
Right.
just fucking, it makes sense as I explain this,
When you think
right?
about it, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so you
Most
got to
people
cultivate and tend
don't
to it.
like, I don't know. It for most people, life goes too fast to even think about it. So, I don't know. It's kind of shit. Their whole life goes.
Life does not go too fast. Life is
They're
long.
70 and fucked up.
Life is, no. Fuck them. We ain't worried about them. We're worried about 15-year-old Lucky Quinn
Right.
and 32-year-old Phil
Right.
and 17-year-old Johnny and 22-year-old Samantha. That's who we're worried about.
All
Fuck
right.
what
Cool.
people say. That's the most important thing. Fuck what people say.
Mm-hmm.
We are brought up in a society where people tell you this is the way this is. And bro, do you know, ready for this? I'm gonna blow your mind. If you do some research, if you dig, any of y'all, if you dig, you're gonna be like, whoa, Phil might be right. We're not supposed to die at 75, 85, 95. We're supposed to live like 200-300 years.
We are.
Human beings. Yep. But we were programmed to think that we retire at 55, 65.
Mm-hmm.
We get old. We get sick and cancer. And literally, our thoughts are so powerful. Let me ask you, it comes down to thoughts. The mind is the crop. It doesn't care what you plant.
Yeah.
It could be toxic or it could be flourish, nourish, positive shit. It's going to reap a harvest of whatever you give it. It doesn't care. It just does what it's supposed to do. Think about it like this. You ever hear of somebody stressing themselves out so badly that they form a stomach ulcers?
Of course, yeah.
Oh, okay, right?
Yeah.
Everyone kind of has.
Mm-hmm. I guess.
I feel like I don't even need to finish, but I do. Think about it like this. If you can think yourself sick, why can't you think yourself healed?
Wow. Yeah. Right.
Why not? Why not? Why? Here's why. Because society, the government doesn't want you to know about it, because then the pharmaceutical industry, they make billions and billions of dollars out of you. You know where they got the chemicals from that heal us when we're sick, that they put into a little fucking shitty pill?
Mm-hmm.
They got them from the body naturally produces them.
Right.
The body is your own natural pharmaceutical industry. You just don't know how to access it because you're never taught to. I'm talking powerful shit here, bro. But where does it all stem from? It stems from your thought patterns.
Yeah, it's like people have told me my whole life that I will be like 80 or 90s, so I believe that. Everyone believes that.
Yeah.
But imagine like everyone telling each other from this point on we're gonna be 300. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's big. That's big.
Well, it also it's also awesome to think that, it's kind of like the book The Secret. Great book, like whatever you do got to think positive. Here's the deal with positivity.
Mm-hmm.
It won't let you do anything, but it will let you do everything better than thinking negativity.
Right.
Okay? Here's the deal with like that book and thinking positive and thinking I'm going to live to 300. You're not going to. You're only going to if you provide the right inputs to match that output.
Mm-hmm.
So if your output is live to 300, well, what would somebody who lives to 300 do? They would not visit the doctors regularly and take every damn pill that they give them. They would not play video games on the couch. They would feed their brain, man. They would research. They would learn. They would see, what does it take? Like, the human body reproduces like billions of cells every hours, like hours upon hours, like brand new cells.
Right.
It literally regenerates new cells and new proteins. Like, if we regenerate ourselves, do we slow down? Sure we do. But we have slowed ourselves down. Like, we've slowed ourselves down.
Mm-hmm.
There's some dudes out there that there's documentation of them living to 200-300 years old. If one person can do it, why can't other people do it? There's documentation of people who've lived to 200-300 years old. Some Chinese crazy monks. Like, think about it. When Roger Bannister was the first dude to run the 4-minute mile, which was like a shitload, like 1970s or 80s, I don't even know when it was. And up until then, human beings thought your heart would explode if you tried to run a mile in under 4 minutes.
That's big, man. When you think about it like that. Yeah.
Like, scientists and people thought literally your heart would explode if you did that. Guess what happened? Now no one's done it. In the century of man, right? The life of man up until the late 1900s, somebody breaks the 4-minute mile. His name is Roger Bannister. After that, 200 people broke it in a matter of a couple years. Come on, man. Come on, man. And the deal is
what they tell us, but there's no proof of what they tell us. That's the thing.
Well, there is proof because everyone's dying. Let's use death as an example, right? Yeah, like, let's use death as an example. There's proof because people be dying all the time, right? But we've conditioned ourselves to be that way. It's like I've conditioned myself like this. I didn't always look like this. When I walked out of rehab, I was 105 pounds, dude.
Right.
Soaking wet. I was fucking broken. Like
Mhm.
inside, and you could see it. Well, what did I do? I reconditioned myself to look like this. So, but what I did was I reconditioned my mind first. I built a mental six pack.
Right.
I built a mental six pack, and by default, a bonus was a physical six pack. See,
Mhm.
too many people focus on the wrong outcomes. They want the physical six pack. So what happens is, one, they never get it. Two, if they get it, they don't get to keep it because their subconscious programming takes them back to where they were. You know, their old habits and routines of eating bad, the high of the, you know, winter comes, for example. It's like, I don't need a six pack anymore. Like, boom, I walk around lean as shit all year, like for the past 8 years. You know what I mean? And I just keep growing and getting better and stronger mentally and physically
Right.
because I'm conditioned. My subconscious is programmed for growth. I have re-recorded over my subconscious. So in order to, any of y'all, just so you'll know, like every man is where they are. Only the successful are willing to admit it because of their thoughts, because of their actions.
Like
You
this
only hear from this.
courage. Yeah.
Only the successful people fucking say it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So the reason is because of our subconscious, and it's like it's our identity, it's our blueprint, it's who we believe we are, it's who we. Even if we tell someone something, doesn't mean we believe it inside. People fucking lie left and right. You know this.
Right.
So if people are willing to lie to others, why aren't they willing to lie to themselves?
Mhm.
So what I do with dudes, with fellas, is I write them a new identity. Remember I was talking about this guy over here and this guy over here? Well, what would this guy's winning? Well, he didn't just win overnight. There were actions and habits and routines that he inputted into his life to put him in that position. What were they? I help you determine what they are, and then we move
Mhm.
them over here. The person today, the losing version of you, literally starts these. It's going to be hard. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're not used to it. It's not part of your habit. It's not part of your routine. You're going to be like, fuck, you're going to come with excuses. That beta bitch side of your head to talk you out of reading for 30 minutes. The couple I give these handful of things. You fucking stick to them. If you don't fucking stick to them, I stop working with you. But if you fucking stick to them, you're going to break through. And you're going to reach a different position in life. Fucking 100% guarantee, no doubt. If you don't, and you break down, you're just going to break. And you're going to be a beta bitch. And you can stay with all the other people in the rest of the world. I had a dude out here on my team with me, working with me. I let him live with me back in Philadelphia. I just moved to Arizona to work with some high-level, high-fucking thinking dudes.
Mhm.
And we tried taking him to another level. He broke. He
Mhm.
broke. He quit. Guess what I did? I gave this dude so much time, so much energy, so much passion. I could get emotionally distraught by it and hurt because of all the energy I've given to
Yeah.
him. You know, energy meaning time, money, so on and so forth. Or I could just be like, this is life, right? Quinn, that is a, you know, you said, what do you do when it's hard, you know, but that's something that's hard. Like this dude handled all my back end stuff for my business,
Mhm.
all of it. Like I don't know anything about that stuff. Like I know I'm a practitioner. I'm the best at what I do. And I know a bunch of other things, but back end work, I don't know none of it. Guess what? It's my fault. Now I got to learn it. I got to learn how to do this back end work.
Mhm.
Now, all my other businesses I started, I knew how to do everything from the business, from start to finish, from morning to night. The reason being because people leave you. The only one that'll always be there is yourself. And that's not even necessarily true unless you're the person capable of constant growth, right? So
Right.
what I did is I learned in all my businesses, I learned exactly how to do every process from start to finish. That way, when people didn't show up, I knew I would always show up. I could always count on myself because I was a person capable.
Right. All right. Yeah, that's big. Like with people, you talk a little about people. How do you determine for yourself when you reach this mindset, the freaking positive mindset that you reached? How do you not get influenced by the people? How do you know who you let into your inner circle and who not?
It's simple. That's easy too, bro. Like when you become this person, when you have this mental six pack, when you become this person capable, you become a detective. I'm like a detective, dude. I know within 30 seconds if I want to fuck with that person or not.
Right.
I know right away. I can tell by eye contact. I can tell by vocal tone. I can tell by
Mhm.
energy. I can tell by the way,
Right.
like the way I don't listen to people. I feel people, bro.
Mhm.
That's what we're designed to do. When we were created, we weren't created with English in us.
Mhm.
Time went on. We developed it as a tool, as a tactic to better communicate. And
Right.
then just like human beings do, they kind of
Fine.
fuck
Yeah.
some shit up. And now people use language and they lie. I
Mhm.
feel people, bro. I listen. I look. How do they work? What do they do? What do they say? What words do they put in this order? Do they shake my hand with a firm grip, or is it weak? Is the eye contact there, or do they glaze away? You know what I'm saying? You become a detective, because along the way you built yourself into that person that knows, and then you build respect and integrity for yourself. You won't allow people to waste your time. You become super self-aware, and you become aware of your surroundings as well. The people that are close to I have so few people in my life, dude. Like, I'm talking like, do I know a lot of, I know a fuck ton of people. There's like probably only 2 people in my life right now that are in my life right now. That's it, 2. Meaning, I talk to my mom, but she's miles away. Even my mother, she gets about 10 minutes a week from me, dude. I grew up on drugs and stuff like that. My mother's amazing. I love her to death. But she has a toxic mindset. She will literally say things to me that limit my potential. She don't know no better. She'll tell me, she'll make smirks that this is not like possible, things that I tell her I want to do. Like, that's not, I would not. You told me you want to rule the world, some crazy shit. As long as your intentions are good and I believe in you and think you're a good dude, which I do with you. Like, I know with you. I know you're a good kid, man. I know for a fact you're a good kid. Like, I would never be like, bro, that's not possible, bro. Bro, that's stupid, dude. You know what I mean? Like, successful people don't fucking do that shit. You know why? Because in order to be successful, you can't say that shit to yourself.
Right.
So why would, to allow someone else's limiting negative beliefs to be placed on you, then that means you have a lack of self-confidence. I won't take that shit from nobody. Hey, go say it. Go ahead. I don't give a fuck. But I ain't got no time for you. Peace. Right. So even my own mother is limited in her time slots with her son. That's true self-integrity. That's true self-confidence, self-awareness. I'm no fucking saint. I'm no fucking end-all be-all. I ain't shit in this world. Everything is infinite. Money, knowledge, time. Like, time is the only thing that's not infinite. Meaning for us as individuals. It's all infinite. There's infinite, and I don't know dick, dude. I'm an idiot. I have so much to fucking learn. But I'm fucking aware, and I'm careful, and I'm protective. Yeah.
Big man. So, like, I have I will sound like a little bitch when I say this, but I have a lot of people my age who are still in school, and they self-development, personal development, they grow big, but they go to school and the mindset breaks down because of the negative, shitty people, and like who have work and that kind of shit. The people around you, how do you like stay in your own mind, kind of? I don't know.
Yeah. So just like you train a muscle, your mind's a muscle. Your gratitude, your focus, your energy, everything must be trained. So people aren't training. They're just not training. Just like they're not training their bodies, they're not training the mental. They're not. Like, I train everything. If you want more of something, you train it. What focus on grows. Where energy flows, grows. It's simple. But what they're doing, these young guys, and I love you fellas, but you got to twist it. You don't know what the fuck you're doing, because you're doing what other people are telling you to do, and they don't know what they're doing. So what happens? You become like them. Now, what I've learned to do is, the people who talk shit, even the ones closest to us, like, you can't do this or that, the people who talk shit are usually the one. No, ready? People who talk shit are always the ones who aren't doing shit.
Right.
So for me to value their opinion of myself more than I value the opinion of myself is a lack of self-confidence. Right. But we've already established that I built self-confidence. I beat drug addiction. I had temptations, meaning things were put in front of me to do drugs again. Didn't do it. I train every day. I grow my mind. I built businesses. I've impacted and changed young guys' lives and taken them from here to here. You can't even see where my hand's at. I can't even reach that far. I deserve to have fucking self-confidence, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be deserving of shit.
How do you build that confidence? How do you keep that? Is it like with the same with the fire, like the bonfire?
Yeah, exactly. You got to feed it, right? You got to feed it. You got to train. I'm always going to take things back to training. Everything's a muscle. That's why I love fitness. It's so correlative. No matter how many steroids you do, I don't do steroids too, by the way. It's a shortcut. I did them actually at 17 or like 18, 19, 20. I did steroids a couple times for like 3 years. I'm in way better shape now than I was then because I learned. Yeah. I put shortcuts aside because shortcuts get you short results. And I did the work. I did due diligence. I learned. So I don't care how many steroids you do. I don't care how many times you work out, how much food you eat. You can't change your body composition from fat and flat to jacked and stacked overnight. You can't. Like,
Right.
You gotta be consistent. Consistency is your cure, or it's your destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency is your cure. You gotta be consistent. You gotta train daily, and you gotta train with the proper plan. So if the body works that way, because how many people you see in the gym a year later, they look the same. Some of them are even fatter. They be on the treadmill still, treadmill and treadmill and treadmill. It's like, yo, bud, you gained 10 pounds. It's been 6 months and it's not muscle, it's fat. What are you doing, bro?
Right.
Oh, I got this diet of your diet ain't working. Put your ego aside. Because all that it's just hurting you. It's just edging God out. Like ego is the worst fucking thing, man. So you
Yeah.
train your body. You start to get in shape. You get a six pack.
Right.
Guess what? You don't think you're gonna have more confidence? You don't think you're gonna feel better about yourself? You earned it. You didn't take
Mm-hmm.
shortcuts. You didn't take steroids. You learned what to do. You applied it every day.
Right. So by taking
You
action,
did the
by
work.
getting results. Yeah.
Yeah. When you go to the gym and you actually work out to failure and go hard and you sweat and like you feel good about yourself. You increase self-confidence right away that day. Compound effect, exponential growth. Blah, 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 start to explode. Then you take on a new task.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. My mom just texted me as we're on this podcast. So then you take on a new task like a business or a podcast. When you started your podcast, Quinn, you weren't Lucky Quinn. You were just Quinn, bro. Now you're lucky because you made the luck.
Mm-hmm.
You create. I see people be like, good luck. I don't need luck. I make my own luck. If I wanted to bank on luck, I'll play the fucking lottery. I make my own luck. You know what I mean? So what did you do? You made your first podcast. You had no clue about the, recorder and the microphones, and you had to research, what do I need? And then, all right, what software do I need? And I got to upload it to here and there and Zoom and video. And, guess what? How many podcasts have you done?
This will be the 16th or 17th. Yeah.
Okay, so let's call it the 17th. Let's call it the 10th. Let's take some away, bro.
All right.
From your 10th one and your first one, which one are you more confident in recording? The whole thing, recording it, the way you flow, the guest, every one.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I see myself like growing through all these episodes. Like since the first of the year, you see me speaking like little. I don't know if I can say this. I don't know if I can make all these gestures with my hands. And now it's like I feel more. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of good in my own body.
You're becoming more in tune with yourself. Yeah. Right. And that's all, bro. All it is confidence. If there was one thing that I could steal in every human being in the world, it would be confidence, like true confidence. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of motherfuckers out there that think they're confident, but it's false. It's really just cockiness. The difference from confidence and cockiness is ego.
Right.
You see, a true alpha, this is what I do. I make boys or men, like real men. I make them alpha men. That's what the world needs. A true alpha male, no matter how old they are, their main concern is growth. I'm able to put my pride aside. Yesterday, with my two business buddies, I had to put my ego aside, my pride aside, and realize that I really need to work on this one area of my life. Mm-hmm. And that's something that needs more attention than anything, which means I have to give less attention to the things that I'm good at and like, and more attention to the things that I suck at and hate. And that's hard for a human being to do, but it's easy for an alpha male. Actually, an alpha male welcomes it. I welcome the hard shit because I know that in order to heal, which is just another form of growth, you must hurt first. And it's called not being a pussy, okay? Like, ask for it. I asked for the shit. I went through the drug addiction, the near death. I broke my leg in half, screwed all kinds of shit up 2 years ago, like literally the bad leg break accident. Like, relationships with girls. Fellas, you're going to have to experience this one on your own, but the girls will get you. Yeah. You might want to break your leg more than you want to break your heart by a girl. And that's another thing, like a man can admit, like you ain't gonna be cocky all the time. You be vulnerable when you need to be vulnerable. Right. Put your ego aside when you need to put your ego aside. Use your ego when you need to use your ego. My ego is strong as fuck, but I know when to use it, when not to. Because an ego's there for a reason. So when somebody is a piece of shit, I usually like stay away from negativity, but if somebody needs to be told something, if someone needs to be called out, I'm strong enough to call them out. Right. And a lot of people won't because they're worried about repercussions or what the people will think of them or so on and so forth. But if I can't call you out on something you need to grow on, like my business buddies that call me out and I call them out, we're never going to get better. Mm-hmm. And if our main concern is growth, we actually have to have the want to be called out. And, the desire, because we know that only that can come from it is that we grow and become better and our ego gets damaged, and that's what we want. Because if
Right.
we get let go of the ego, then we can go, and that's what we want as a human race. We want to go and grow together, bro.
Yeah, I see that with a
We
lot of
can't do it.
people. Yeah, I see that with a lot of entrepreneurs these days. Like they're so I don't know, their ego is in their way. They get a little bit of results and then they're like, all right, I'm the man, and then they stop growing.
Yeah.
So much potential. That's
Yeah, but see, I know, and I 100% agree with you. That's why, again, very few human beings are able to do these things, because you have to have the characteristics and skill sets inside, the real confidence, the real integrity, the real strength of character.
hmm
So, like, what I've learned to do is, and nowadays, like, it just makes sense, right? There's only handfuls of people on earth that are willing to do this, willing to become it or are it. So think about it like this. 10 years ago, an entrepreneur was like, you're like a broke loser. Nowadays, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur,
hmm
except the confidence, the integrity, the strength of character, the traits that it really takes to make an actual successful human being in any industry, they've dropped. But how has entrepreneurship risen? Because of false bullshit.
Right.
False bullshit, right? Because they rent the Lamborghini. Bro, there's so much false shit out there today. So, ready? Here's what I do. I don't worry about them. And I know you don't either. I don't let them get under my skin. I don't nothing. You know why? Because life will always level them back out. Life leveled me out.
hmm
That's why I became a drug addict. I don't believe it's because I made a bad decision, because that's what the universe wanted for me.
hmm
The universe said, you're a bitch. You have no confidence. You're 16 years old. You're weak. You're a beta. You don't appreciate. I didn't appreciate people or anything. And we're gonna see how tough you are. We're gonna break you, and you're gonna die, or you're gonna grow, and you're gonna go. And I was blessed. I survived, and I would never. If anything, I go back and be like, make it harder. But I actually made 2 years after my sobriety. I made my um, I made it harder for myself. So after I walked out of these doors of this rehab, I looked back at them handles, them big gold handles. I said, I'm never going back in that thing, never. Well, so what do I have to do? God, whatever, the universe, whatever, it spoke to me and told me these things, and I would go work for people for free because I appreciated nothing. So I ended up there.
hmm
I appreciated nothing. And I said, if I can learn to appreciate anything, then I'll be able to appreciate everything that I actually get. Like I had a 6-figure job at like 19, 22, 23, 24, and I didn't appreciate it, dude. It wasn't cool. It just was what it was, like the fuck
Oh,
6 figures anyway. But, you know, I I didn't appreciate it. I'd show up too late
right.
every day. I'd be miss one day a week.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fucking stupid.
We,
So
yeah.
I went and real quick though, I went and spent 2 years and I just like put myself through hell. Meaning like I suffered. I didn't do actions that rewarded me in the moment
hmm
because I knew they'd pay me later. Kind of like training. You work a muscle out, you don't grow right away. It
The
takes time. You
long-term
get rewarded
gratification.
later. But it hurts when you work it out, right?
hmm
Same thing. Doing like work you don't like to do. Like going to feed the homeless. It actually costs you money
hmm
and it takes your time. But guess what? You're gonna get rewarded later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're not doing it, you got to do this stuff too to not be rewarded later. Like you got to be the right intent. Do it from a good place in your heart. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yesterday you were live with Jennifer and you talked about the gratitude muscle, like the
Yeah. Yep.
give me a little for the people listening.
Yeah.
Go into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do that real quick. So one of the things I implemented right away into my life, when I don't know where I got it from. I don't know if I made it up. I don't know where it came from. There's people
Works.
do things like this anyway. They're mantras. Yeah, 100% it works because it's just the system. Once you understand one system, you can take the characteristics of that system, if it's really a good formula, an amazing formula, and you can implant it into anything, any area of your life, and it'll work. I know it for a fact. It's just the law of the universe, bro. So this isn't really a good one because this has like a shitload of beads on it.
hmm
But this one would work. A shitload just means more of what I'm about to tell you. So this one would work terrifically. But you take a bead, and usually like there's usually always like a focal point or something. So this one doesn't really have one, but this one has a little string right there.
Yeah.
So that I would start there. Okay. Now every morning I would start at this string, And every morning and every night I would do this practice. Just like every day I go to the gym and I work out for 45 minutes.
Right.
I take a bead and I say something I'm grateful for. Uh, I'm grateful for the addiction I went through
The,
because I wouldn't be the man I am today, and you can go in depth as you want.
mhm.
I'm grateful for my two buds out here, are able to hold me accountable because they're strong in character. They're not afraid to hurt my feelings. I'm grateful for the fact that I don't take things personally because my main concern is growth. I'm grateful for Lucky Quinn in the podcast today because he's a cool dude and it's awesome to connect with him. I'm lucky for the people on his podcast to be able to share some of my information with them, and help them, right? I'm
Right.
lucky for the new 2 coaching clients that I got today because I'm going to change their fucking life drastically in the shortest period of time ever. You just keep going. The other cool part is if you just heard a couple of the things I said, they're all just from today, meaning every day are new experiences.
Mhm.
Every day, you'll never run out of shit to do. But what happens is it becomes a part of your reprogramming your subconscious. And when
That's
you're in a state of gratitude, when you're in a state of gratitude, more often than not, your subconscious goes to look for things that you want to attract to keep you in a state of gratitude. Have you
mhm.
ever been in a room and heard someone talking about something you're interested in? Well,
Mhm.
there's a lot of conversations going on, but you heard this guy talking about this over here because it's part of your subconscious. You happen to hear those words and you gravitate towards it.
Mhm.
So just by training your gratitude muscle, it will grow. Now I'm at the point, and it only took a couple months to do this anyway. It's been years, but now at the point I go to bed, my head hits the pillow. I start to think
Right.
about all the things I'm grateful. I don't even got to do the bracelet anymore, bro. I wake up, get right into a gratitude state. It's an amazing way to start the day. You know how many people start their day? Fuck, I got to go to school. Oh
Right.
shit, I hate my teacher. Oh shit, I got to go to work today. I hate my work. 85% of heart attacks occur on Monday morning at 9 a.m. You know why? Because they're driving to a place they hate, man. Like imagine waking up, state of gratitude all the time. There's no hate. There's no hate. So when
Right.
you're grateful, you can be the best version of you. When you're the best version of you, you're going to attract. You're going to
Yeah.
attract more of what you want. When you're the best version of you, you're going to be more creative. You're going to be able to execute on more of what. Yeah, it froze a little bit. So yeah, you got me there, my dude. So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the kid, Charlie, he's called on Instagram. Charlie, he has this thing.
Yep, I know Charlie.
Yeah,
Yep.
the winning streak thing. Talked about it in the last
Yep.
episode. That's big. That's kind of the gratitude thing. But I tried it. It works. It's this.
Oh, is there like a process to it? I don't. I heard of it. Everyone's like winning streak, but I don't even know what it is.
Like every good thing, like every little thing that happens, like my water tastes a little better than normal, or I can find my pen immediately when I look for it, or I don't get hit by a truck when I cross the street, something like that.
That's a winning streak.
You just scream winning streak, so you focus on that, and you like you said, where energy goes, what was it?
Yeah, where energy goes, shit flows, shit
Right,
grows.
right.
Yeah,
So when you do that and you focus on that, like it breaks it, like you only positive things happen because that's where you're focused on. So
yeah.
like when I tell you like from now on you're only gonna see red Teslas, something like that. You're only gonna see them. So the same when you only focus on your winning streaks, the only thing you will see in the future are winning streaks, and that's a
Yeah,
yeah, it's a great thing. Yeah.
yeah, 100%, bro. You got it down. You understand it. Now you just apply it, which I know you are. All your people. And if there's ever any way, guys, like anyone watching this, that I can help you, you have a question, you want to reach out to me, you want to work with me, you can go to m6coaching.com. And if you have just questions, go to Phil McCarthy Fit, man. Go to my Instagram page, fucking shoot me a DM. And yeah, man, there's so many people. Like I answer to everything. I'm not big. I'm nobody anyway. Like I'm so damn small. But I'm gonna be gigantic as fuck, bro.
You
I'm
will.
gonna be gigantic. I'm gonna be the biggest motherfucking motivational fitness speaker / coach on the planet. There ain't nobody like me, bro.
Right.
I'm gonna state that right now. There's nobody that looks like me, is built like me, and thinks like me in the industry that I'm a practitioner at. Nobody. I
Hmm.
know the other fitness guys. I'll fucking spit and rap and shit on them all day, bro. All they're worried about is six packs and chicken strips. You know what I mean? Like I'm worried about how can I get mental six packs in the men of today? How can I change the world? How can I shift the fucking identity of young individuals from going to drugs, from bars to bullshit to barbells and books. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
that's what my concern is. not being stupid rich. I had more money a year ago than I have today because I was more concerned on money.
Mm.
And I'm gonna make money when you fucking kill the game. When you you get paid an equal exchange of value that you fucking bring to the world. So money is a byproduct just by default. But I used to fucking just buy cars and shit, man. Guess what? That
Yeah.
Phil who wasn't fulfilled inside, that sat in that new car the first day, that thought he was awesome. Well, that same shitty Phil sat in that car 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, and the newness, the endorphin, the dopamine rush of that new toy wore off. But that
Mm.
same Phil was there. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
we got to go to work on the inside. We got to go to work and we got to build this motherfucker right here. You, my friend, Quinn, the people watching, we got to build this, man, the soul, the heart. We got to become a fulfilled individual.
Mm.
Then by default, when you have these traits down, which you never have them down, I don't have them down, right? You're on the right path, but you don't have them down. You're 15. I don't have shit down. Grant Cardone don't have none down. He's always growing. The best in the world are always growing. A true alpha
Right.
understands that the potential is like kind of limitless, But once you're on that path, it's easy to continue on that path. It's the further you go, the stronger you get, the more momentum, the less likely you are to be detoured and distracted. You see what I'm saying?
That's big. Yeah.
That's what we need to do, bro. That's what we're doing. And then my goal is to fucking hit 1 million young dudes by the end of 2020. Literally 1 million 18 to 35-year-old dudes. I just got a lot of work to do.
But you'll
I
do
got a
it.
lot of work to do.
When you say it and you take action, it will happen. Definitely with this mindset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
100%. So like the program you have, you mentioned it, yeah, just now, the link in your bio. What's it about? Tell me a little about that.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm actually rebuilding that. So all this is new to me, dude. So it's fire. There's probably 60 videos in there, and it teaches my nutrition methodology, which are
Hmm.
my KEPs. People get, and no matter how complicated anything is, it can be broken down to its most simplistic form. And the more simple it is, when you find a winning formula, the more simple, the more likely you are to duplicate it. Okay, what does that mean? You're here 365 days a year, or you're here for 80 years, 100 years, hopefully 300 years. Duplicate winning processes. You have a compound effect, you have exponential growth, so on and so forth. So we want to find simple winning formulas and processes. So I teach my winning nutrition methodology that is designed for efficiency, quick, it's enjoyable, it's sustainable.
Hmm.
2 KEPs, key eating points. Just 2 numbers we focus on, that's it. And we track them and keep count of it. Everything needs to be trackable. You could track your money in your account. You know if you're negative. You know if you're green. You know where you're at. Like, you
Hmm.
need to track things so you have certainty. Certainty equals success. So only 2 eating points, simplified that. All my workouts are in there. Shitload of workouts, different variations of workout calendars. Like, my workout methodology is fire. It's quick. It's efficient. I go in, I get a 40-minute fire workout, and it shits on people who get literally an hour and a half workout because they don't understand how the body, the human vehicle, how the machine works.
Right.
But I do. I know how to manipulate it to produce an outcome. Obviously, I mean, look at me, right? I don't do any drugs. I don't take any shortcuts, and I sustain this look all year, except actually I grow a little bit throughout the year. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and like physically, I mean, obviously, I definitely grow mentally. I take crazy like leaps and bounds and breakthroughs mentally, like insane. I'm constantly changing my environment up. I shifted from Philadelphia to Arizona. I moved out here 2 weeks ago to change my environment up, to get into a higher thinking environment,
Yeah.
higher thinking, higher level thinker people. Um,
Yeah. Don't get too
so
comfortable with it. Yeah. Like always.
no, never, no.
Yeah.
Always stay uncomfortable. I look for uncomfortability in the right places, obviously.
Right.
So all my nutrition methodologies in there, all my new fitness training methodologies in there, a lot of my mental content training is in there. But what I'm literally doing right now, which is pretty dope, dude, is, do you know who Bradley is?
Yeah. No. No.
Bradley has a software training
Already. Yeah. Yeah.
platform.
I know the kid. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a kid. He's a
Yeah.
fucking
I know the guy.
50-year-old man. Yeah. He has the dopest software training platform in the world. Literally, Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, Eric Thomas, Damon John, all the biggest names use this platform to build their coaching businesses on. So I'm literally in the transition as of like literally today. I'm starting to use his platform. So it's just gonna be so fire, like so simple, right? My methodologies are simple. I use ClickFunnels now. I'm moving everything over to this platform, and it's going to be like you just go on through your device, whether it be your mobile or desktop. Boom, there's a video. And everything tells you exactly. Boom. Here's one video. When that video's done, it goes to the next video. You just sit
Right.
there and you absorb. You absorb and then you apply.
Yeah.
Information, boom, plus application, you get a transformation, bro.
That's so cool. The time we live in, like you can fully focus on what you're best at, and the ClickFunnels thing and everything. It's so simple these days.
Yeah,
Where
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you can just focus on your thing. You don't need like anyone around to no business people around you.
Yeah.
Like factually.
Dude, think about this. You're in the Netherlands, I'm over here, and like we're able to connect and communicate and work and like
Right.
it's powerful, you know. You have to go do it. You
But
have
this
to
is
go
like
do it.
since 20 years, like the billions of years before the people don't had that. So take
Yeah.
advantage of that for the people listening.
Yeah.
So
100%,
big,
bud.
so big.
Yeah. My guy.
My man.
All right, bro. I love you. Is there anything you want to end with? I'm gonna get in and I'm gonna do some deep work, bro. Deep work,
Yeah.
computer work. I'm gonna airplane mode my phone and grind out for 3 hours on my laptop.
Cool, man. I was like, we're gonna talk about for 20 minutes. We're already for 15 minutes down, something like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wanna
yeah.
ask
We
you
could
a
just
thing.
go, go, go. You know.
I want to ask you a thing. Like, in the big lines, it's a book podcast. Which book has helped you the most? Because you're
Say it
big
one more time.
books.
Which group?
Book. Which book
Oh,
helped
a book. A book. You say book.
book? Yeah, it's my accent. Yeah.
I love it, dude. I love it. Lucky Quinn. Okay, that's a great one, dude. Ready for this? A lot that we spoke about was mental, right?
Of course,
Probably
definitely.
all of it comes from mental, right? The best book, and it was the first book. It's an easy book. It's a short read, and it's even available on YouTube for free as an audio. It's written by a man named James Allen, and
Mm-hmm.
it's called As a Man Thinketh.
All right.
And when you see in the world today, I'm gonna end on this. In the world today, a lot of people tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Your teachers, your parents, they tell you what to do, but they don't tell you how to do it. How to do it or why to do it. Think about when you were a kid, which I guess you're still kind of young. Huh?
I'm kind
Think
of.
about when, ready? You and your people are gonna listen and relate to this real easily. In school, your teachers and your parents tell you to concentrate, like pay attention. They teach you how to concentrate. You're not taught how to concentrate. There's a methodology that you can implement into your life for 30 minutes a day that will teach you how to become more focused and more of a concentrated individual. Within a week, you'd be a beast.
Right.
You'd be a beast. And this is one of the things I do with my guys. You know, I teach them literally. So when I know why and how to do something, I'm more inclined to actually do it because I can understand the process and I'm going to get a result. It makes
Mhm.
sense, right?
Right.
So, yeah, when you know like why and how to do something, you're more inclined to stick with it, you know? So,
The why is
the
a big
as a man, yeah, like I want to know like people work out all the time but they don't get results.
one. Mm-hmm.
Why? Because they don't know how. They don't
Right.
know how to properly do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a man thinketh, that book gave me the foundation to to understand how my brain worked as like a system. That's what it'll do for you. When you understand how something works, it's like an engine. When you understand there's pistons, there's gas and air, and there's firings and certain positions of the pistons and so on and so forth, you understand how people don't know how an engine works. They don't get how their car drives, but I know exactly how it works. So when there's something I know I can understand it, it makes sense.
Right.
I can go to work on it. I can fix it. So same thing with your brain. When you know how it works, now you're equipped to be able to handle it. Now you're equipped to be able to build it and grow. And as a man thinketh gave me the understanding of how to position thoughts, and
Yeah, that's
it'll
what's
make
about.
you a beast. Read it over and over and over again. It took actually at that time in my life, you gotta remember too, I was just coming out of rehab and stuff. I wasn't thinking straight. My brain firings and wirings were damaged from all the drugs I did. It took me like 4 times to read it before I really understood it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the words are deep. The words are deep. It's an old book, you know, but it's a
Yeah,
powerful book, bro. It's powerful.
it's powerful.
So that's what I got for you. I love you. Thank you
Love
guys.
that,
Phil
man.
McCarthy
Thank
Fit
you so much.
on Instagram. Yep, m6coaching.com. Quinn, anything you need, I can do for you. I love you, bro. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. Keep grinding. Fuck everyone else who's
I love you,
not.
man. You're the
My
man.
guy.
You're the man.
You're the
All
man.
right. Hey, destroy your workout. Thank you so much for this.
Peace, brother.
All right. Bye bye.